After a few months of use on my Laguna F2 table saw, I'm ready to give you guys a review on some of the things I really like about this saw and also some of the things I feel like could be improved upon. So I have been using a DeWalt job site table saw for almost about a year now. It was small, it had an 8¼ inch blade, which basically all you can buy is just the stock replacement blades for it. I had a lot of bigger jobs coming up and I needed a saw that was going to require more accuracy, more power, just overall stability. So some of the standard features on the F2 includes a 1.75 horsepower motor, a 36-inch rip fence, which you can gain about an extra inch if you bring the runner all the way to the end of the rail, and a full cabinet body with cast iron table and wings. I also want to let you know that this is not a sponsored video. I paid full retail for this, which was $1,938.42. Some of the items I consider to be bonus features of this is the European high-low fence, an overhead dust collection, digital readout for blade tilt, an integrated mobile base, and the ability to rewire for 220 volt, which to me seems like a great value considering those features on a similarly spec'd out saw stop would run you up to an additional $886 for those features. But I do feel that those features on the saw stop are a little bit more thought out. The setup and adjustments were very straightforward. They make it really easy for you to align the table to the blade via 4 screws underneath the table. They also have 2 leveling screws on the front of the fence and also adjustments to get your fence square with the blade. So of everything that this saw has to offer, there's a few things that I want to go over that I personally really like about it. First is just the quality of the cast iron table and wings. They seem to be ground extremely smooth, extremely flat, which is very important when you're investing this much into a single tool. The second would be the integrated mobile base. Now granted, I don't really see myself using this a whole lot, but it's just one less thing that I had to buy or build for this. The third is I feel this has great power for a garage shop. The fact that you can just assemble this and plug it right into the wall and get to working, I think is great for anyone with a garage shop or even a small workshop. I find that it does lack when pushing through pretty thick lumber like some 8/4 material, but for that you're just going to have to face the fact that you're going to have to step up to something like a 3 horsepower or higher. The fourth would be the smooth adjustability of the hand wheels. And lastly, my favorite thing about this saw was actually the price. It fit right into my budget, and I feel like that a lot of other people are probably in the same situation where they don't know if they quite want to spend $3,000, $4,000, even $5,000 for a table saw. Although I do feel you get what you pay for. There are some things about this saw that I wish were improved upon, and I'm going to go over those next. The first thing that I really dislike about the design of this is the blade lock. When you're going to change the blade, it seems like when you engage that blade lock and start to loosen the blade, it puts a lot of strain on the arbor. And I've even had multiple times where the nut wouldn't loosen and it would actually slip past the blade lock. So instead, I just stuck an adjustable wrench onto the flat part of the arbor and was able to loosen it that way. If anything, the next thing I want to do with this is either find a wrench to fit the nut on the back side of the blade or just modify one and make it fit. The next thing that I feel could be improved upon is this, the overhead dust collection. To me, it just feels a little cheesy. It does work. The suction's not the best on it, but in the end, it does work. I would like to see something like a solid pipe coming over and connecting to the blade guard. Some other minor issues would be the digital readout not reading accurately. My true 45 degrees is actually 44.8 on the digital readout. The next would be not having a quick release on the cabinet access. It would just be so much simpler to have a quick release on here instead of having to break out the screwdriver or drill to pull this thing apart and clean the inside. I will probably end up modifying that later and adding my own version of it. So my final thoughts here, I feel like it's a great value for the money that you're spending on this. You just need to decide if these are the specs you're looking for in the table saw that you want. Do I feel like this is a great saw? Yes, I do. although I do need more time using it before I would fully recommend it. I feel like there's a lot of reviews out there where right away they're just saying how great everything is before fully having a lot of time behind the machine. In closing, I hope you found these insights helpful, and I plan on doing a long-term review down the road.